Morning everybody, here this morning. We finished combining last night. We're just about to move both combines back to Thaxted, ready for a big blowdown and clean down and wash them off and get ready to put them in the shed. Crawford's are going to come out and do the winter appraisal on this one because obviously harvest has finished so early, so we're going to get everything sorted ready for next year now. While we've got time, make use of the time because you never know, leading up to harvest next year, the weather could be bad or whatever, and we could be busy doing other things. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Dad to turn up here this morning. And Graham, he's just come in there to sort a few jobs out this morning, tow Dad's header back and escort us through Saffron Walden. And Paul's going to take the chaser bin back. We'll clean that out, clean it down, grease it up, put the rollover sheet over it, and put it in the shed, ready for next year. Again, the grain saver's been unbelievable. Hire that from Richard Furby up north. Yeah, hasn't missed a beat. We had a first day out with it. We had a hydraulic block go wrong, so we just direct piped it into the back of the tractor, and it's not missed a beat all season. The 942 will be on subsoiling on Monday morning. We'll give that a clean up and a good blow down as well. Make sure it's straw free. So we don't have any fires, and then yeah, that'll be subsoiling. That's probably got a couple of weeks subsoiling ahead of it now. We're actually getting cultivations in a corner as well, to be fair. As I say, we got all the raping, 80% of it's up, the other 20% needs a rain. Yeah, so hopefully this time next week we'll have most of the cultivations done. It'll just be some subsoiling left to do on tram lines and headlands and bits and pieces. But the bulk of it will be done. Hopefully Anglian Water will be in next week as well to spread some sewage sludge. So we'll get that done. We've got about 400 acres, 200 hectares of that going on. Just where we can't get digestate to, just because of how far it is to travel to get there. So that's the plans for next week, as well as carrying on with digestate. The digestate job's a bit up and down at the minute, with people saying, oh, might not even drill right now because it's so hot and dry with no rain on the forecast. So it's just a moving beast all the time really at the moment. So we're just taking on when we can and everything. So well, thank you very much again for all your views and everything. Just everybody, just if you haven't subscribed, keep subscribing. As I said last time, we're getting nearly double the views compared to subscribers, so it's free to hit the subscribe button, so if you can, that'd be brilliant. And we'll see you next week. Thank you very much.
Hi there, Jack here with Todd.
Right.
Finishing off, we got about a week left of baling. Yeah, we just thought we'd get the camera back out. It's Thursday the 14th of August today. We thought we'd be done in the next couple of days, but we've got a bit more straw than we thought, so we're probably up another sort of 6-7 days to go. We've got the 728 and chaser here, so we're going to run around. Todd will tell you a little bit about that as he's operating that.
Right, so obviously we've got the nudge bar here. You drive into your bale, you hit that on the edge, sort of, I don't know, about there roughly sort of thing, anywhere it does it, and you spin your bale around, and obviously the bale comes out to here. And then obviously your chaser at the back there offsets out the outside of the tractor, and then your forks and that come down, your carriage comes down, and then you drive into the bale and it picks it up.
Todd's pretty good on the old chaser. It's his second year with us. So yeah, we're pretty flat out. Todd can keep up with me all day long, so it's good.
Yeah, so basically you lift up your tip deck, and then so that unlocks your pin here, I guess. And then your trailer essentially goes to the side, your drawbar extends, carriage comes down, and then obviously you got your forks, flippy, and then yeah, you just load it up essentially. You got a joystick in the cab, it's got about 15 different buttons on it. So it's got like your normal joystick, then you pull your trigger, and then does another so many buttons on it. So yeah.
How many bars you get on there?
I'll get about 16 bales on there on a normal load, but you can put 18 on if you got 2 bales left in the field, or you want to crack on, or if you're really tricky and chuck another third layer up top. But they're not
That's a really, hero load. That's what we call hero
they're
load.
Not really. They don't like tipping them up. They're a bit heavy. So.
Yeah. Especially my bales are solid.
It's a little popping.
So yeah,
Yeah, and then you obviously got your gates here, so if your bail is on the a bit, you can obviously just nudge it in a bit with your gates. And then when you come to tip, obviously you got your split bed here. So essentially you got 8 along the bottom and the top, and then it'll split 8 bales. So obviously they're staggered in the stack. So
yeah, so yeah, we're down Sawston, which is a farm that we took over last year, down near Cambridge. We've been all over in the last week. We've been literally here, there, and everywhere, just sort of clearing farms. Now that we're sort of coming to the end of Baling, you just do a bit, 300 acres on a farm, finish it, and then go to another one, complete that, go to another one. That's how we're sort of doing it at the minute. Yeah. So this is in the cab, what it's like with the baler. We just got the last field here at Sawston to bale. I thought I'd show you just how we start the baler up, because it's all right seeing it, but I'll just show you what we do. So you got the baler screen here. This is isobus, so there's a cable that comes off the baler into the back of the tractor, and it loads this screen onto your computer screen of the tractor to save having like another screen. You can get it on the tractor screen. So what you'd do is you'd press this button, press that. I'm not going to do it because I've just come from the next field, so the fly was already turning, so we don't need to do that. But what that does is it starts a soft start, which is like a hydraulic pump, which turns the flywheel hydraulically, and then you engage your PTO, and it just helps it. Otherwise you could stall the tractor, because there's a big flywheel to try and spin around just with the PTO. So once you've done the soft start, you then press this button twice, and that green light will come on, and that'll start the PTO up. And wait for that to get going. And then down here on the tractor screen, that's my revs for the PTO. We rev the tractor up till it gets to about 1,000, just over 1,000. It does rock the tractor about a little bit, but that's just why it always does that. We get to about 1,000, and then you can set off. And then I press this button here on my joystick, and that drops my pickup down, which is then what picks the straw up and goes into the front of the baler. So yeah, that's it, last field, here we go. And then you've got some numbers on the screen which are quite interesting. You've got this number here, which is the length of your flakes. So each flake that goes in the bale, each section has a length, and you try and get that number to sit about 6, 7 or 8. 7 is perfect. So if it's anything less than 7, you got to speed up, and if it's anything higher than 7, you got to slow down. And that's the sort of number you look at most of the day. So, but obviously where you got this crop has just gone from really thick to really thin. So on a real thin crop, you're obviously going to go a lot quicker. So it can be, you're constantly changing your speed. And what that bleep is when the bale is finished making in the chamber, that'll then tie the knot, and that bleep will tell you that that you've tied your knot, and it starts making the next bale. So like I say, let's see, that number's already shot right up, so that means you've got to slow down. It's a constant speed change job. You're always changing speed all day.
Alright, so here we are again in the cab of one of the new 7 to 8s. Yeah, just about to get a load on, so we're about to unfold the chaser. So obviously, like I said before, you lift your deck up and then slide your drawbar up, your carriage comes down, and then you're away. You just start picking up your bales. Fairly straightforward. This is the easy part anyway. Tipping off's the hardest part. Well, but you can get wrong, and it can majorly go wrong. So basically, you come up to your bale, not too fast. So they should be 580 or so kgs. And then whack them on. Around. So yeah, it doesn't really matter where you hit them on your nudge bar, to be fair, but I try and sort of have them, the nudge bar on about 4 of the strings out of the 8, spin them around so all the weight's not on like right at the end of the nudge bar. And otherwise probably start bending things. Yeah, it's fairly simple, just get your chaser, just bang the chaser forks into them and then just lift them up on the joystick. So here we are at the stack, about to tip up a load. So we've been doing a road cart now, so I'll turn the hydraulics off so you don't overheat. So you just turn that on, starts it pumping. And then we've got the joystick here, so you flip your forks out of the bale, like that, going to the side. And then you bring your carriage forward with your red button here. And then you open your gates a wee bit to let the pressure off the bales. And then you pull your trigger and press yellow. And then that splits the load, so now the load's split in there. And now, because we're tipping on the right hand side, left hand side, whatever you want to say, open that gate up there, and then we start tipping up. And then try and get as close as you can to the last load. Tip it up to about there, so the chaser's sort of going like that. Back into your bale, like that. Put your clutch in so it rolls forward a bit. And then tip up, like that. Give it a bit of a ram in. Open up the other gate. Press your red button again, push the carriage forward, and there's 2 pusher bars at the back that will push the bales off the pallet tines. And then you bring your carriage forward quickly again so the bales don't fall over and hit them and bend them. And then you bring your hoist back down and hold yellow. It brings a lollipop up on the tip deck there. So that just stops your bales falling over in the field. And then, yeah, fold it back up and back down the road we go. So here we are. We got the old hero load on. We had, 3 extra bales left over and we had to do a bit of a road cart. So we just chucked a few extras on. So, yeah, then we'll get to the stack, we'll unfold again, drop that one off and send 18 up. There we'll go.
Good evening everyone, it's the 14th of August. Just come out to see part of the Baling crew. Jack and Todd are here, just clearing some straw in Fulbourn. We're down to our last 2,000 acres now. We would have been done by Sunday, but we've had 3 of the fuel injection pumps, all 3 go down on one of the 939s. So we haven't done anything for, probably two and a bit days now. That'll be fixed in the morning. 2 of the pumps turned up from Agco this morning, and then 1's turned up this evening. So Crawford's coming out in the morning to fit that, and then we'll be up and running again. Jack's currently baling here, I think at about 30 kilometres an hour. A light crop of spring barley behind a 25-foot cut. It's just mental really how much these balers need to fill the chamber. I mean, it's not a nice speed to be driving at, and especially in these hard conditions you could do some damage quite savage. But trouble is if you don't do the speed and get the straw in the baler, all they do is get too tight and then they just burst open. So we're just here. Todd's got the 728, one of the 728s. They've been going well this season. Touch wood, we haven't had any problems, I don't think, with those. Yeah, they're nicer than the old 828s, aren't they, Todd? Yeah. So they got more power. They're 65k as well. Yeah, they've been going well. We'll be putting them to the test once we finish baling. Really, we'll get subsoiler on one probably, and the other one will go on the rolls, which isn't a real big test. But Jack's just pulled in the field behind. I think that's 90 acres now. Whether they'll clear it tonight or not's another thing. But yeah, we've just got a few big blocks to do now. We've got 300 acres in one block at Huntingdon. We've got 300 acres in Ware, 250 at Radwinter, 300 acres at mine. That was the first wheat straw of the season to go down on the deck, but it kept getting rain early on, so we don't need to cultivate that yet. It's chalk, so we'll plough press that in September. So we're just leaving it till last and getting all our customers done and leave mine till last. So try and keep everyone happy, but no one can be not happy this year. I mean, most places we go, most people have got at least 50%, if not 80% left to cultivate. Yeah, like the rest of the year, really, we're crying out for rain at the moment. We could really do with some for the oilseed rate, but obviously not for the baling. I don't know, we've probably turned more straw this year than last year, because about 2 weeks ago we had rain on and off for a week. So we've probably turned about 2,000 to 2,500 acres this time of straw, which is the most we've turned really, probably for the last 4 years, to be fair. Last year we turned bugger all. We just turned 60 acres of barley straw at the first job of the season last year, and that was it. That's all we turned last year, I think. So yeah, no, apart from that, straw yields have been up and down a bit like the grain yields really. This here is probably doing, I don't know, what would this be doing, bale and a half an acre, something like that. And then we've had anything up to 5 bales an acre. Just been so varied, all different soil types, varieties, when people drilled, how much rain they've had in certain areas throughout the country. So it's just been a real mixed bag. I think at the moment we're on about 80 odd thousand bales. So yeah, the other half of the Genesis crew north of Cambridge, they'll probably be finished in the next couple of days. I know one of the balers finished today on one block. He's done for the season, so they're blowing down that and getting it tucked away in the shed, ready for next year. Just get that serviced probably next spring. Charlie will do that from Weatherheads, who used to be at Weatherheads, now on his own. So yeah, and we hope to be done by Tuesday, which will be good really, and then we'll spend a couple of 3 days just blowing everything down and washing it, getting it put away, greased back up, so no water sits in the bearings over winter. And then we'll move on to some estate maintenance things. We've got plenty of trees and stuff to chop up, track work to do. We're getting cultivations in a corner now. We've got the human sewage sludge spreaders turning up at the weekend, which we'll probably have to do a bit of Tom Cam for, because Mad Matt's in Manchester for the weekend with his family, so no Mad Matt out filming at the weekend. We'll have to do a bit of Tom Cam, so, and maybe a bit of Dad Cam as well. See how we get on, see who's about. Tomorrow we're going to spray off a farm we rent at Sawston. It's got quite bad couch grass in it, so it's all in the bottom of the stubble at the minute, so we're going to give that 4 litres of Roundup with a litre of Blaze tomorrow, leave it for a week, let the Roundup really get into it, because it spreads underground through its roots, so we just really do need to let the Roundup get into it for at least 7 days before we go near it with a cultivator. And again, we've got trees and stuff to do over there. We've got a lot of ditching to do, so we'll just move on to all them sorts of jobs towards the end of next week. So yeah, and on the back of my trailer I've got some new end sections from my boom, where I've smashed them into telegraph poles and hedges the last couple of years. So I managed to buy some cheap ones off of T&S. They were, instead of being 2.5 grand each or something, which they are, they did them for me for 500 quid each, because they were off of a brand new machine that the customer wanted, their demo machine, but only wanted 30 metre booms, so those end sections fit mine. So thought we'd give the sprayer a bit of a birthday. She'll look a bit straighter now, and hopefully I don't wreck them this coming autumn, or Dad, to be fair. So yeah, that's the crack, that's what we're up to. A few tractors. Jack's, we didn't do any baling until last night. Jack's tractor needed a 2,000 hour service, had an AdBlue error as well, so Jonathan from Crawford sorted that out, and with the weather being settled we thought we'd just stop it, because obviously we didn't want to avoid any warranty with the tractor. So last night we didn't actually get baling, I don't think, Todd, did we? So 7:30, was it? 7 o'clock, something like that? Yeah, done 150, 200 bales yesterday evening. Had a little bit of rain shower last night about 10:30. Not enough to stop us this morning early doors, so yeah, no, not too bad. Not too bad. We've had a really good team all round this year, really. Couldn't be more grateful for everyone, really. Like Todd and Sam obviously have come back from New Zealand and drove the chasers this time. They did a bit of baling and chasing last year, but they've worked together as a team this time on chasers. And then we've had Poppy's been on the chaser bin on with the combine crew, and then at the end of the season, just the last few hundred acres, sort of 500 acres or something, we just muddled around, just used what other staff we had. People in the grain store and that, we just shared it about the chaser bin, and Poppy's been on a baler with Jack and that, and yeah, just finishing up. So just everyone's got a bit of experience doing different things and stuff, and I think Todd yesterday helped move some nurse tank and some pipe work up to a job. So my brother and Paul have been up there today emptying a lagoon. They'll be finished that Saturday night, hopefully. So another job ticked off the list. Yeah, we're just getting through the work, really. It's so dry, I've just never known it. Like every baling season, we always probably lose 2 to 3 weeks throughout July and August through wet weather. But we just don't have it this time. And, you know, I've just said to everybody, there's no point in busting a gut. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to work like till, you know, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning every night. There's just no point. Just go home and get some sleep, isn't it, and crack on again, because the weather's been with us, you know, and it's been quite fortunate, really. Because normally when you end up working till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, normally it's because rain's coming, and then, you know, you can have a day off or whatever. But this year, they went through the night, finished at like 7 o'clock in the morning. We were back Baling at lunchtime because the rain never turned up. So it's always sod's law when you do that. But yeah, no, touch wood, we have a safe and easy finish to the end of the season. Just need to get moving a few of these fire risk stacks. In Fulbourn here, where we're baling now, we lost all the straw here 2 years ago. Kids set fire to it. The police caught them but couldn't do anything because they were under the age of 16. So that was a bit of a bummer. We weren't allowed to know who it was, just for whatever they call it, you know, personal protection or whatever it is. You know, weren't allowed any details of who done it because they were young kids. But if I could send any advice to anyone, please do not set fire to any straw stacks or hay stacks around the countryside at the moment, because everything's tinder dry. If anything went up, you'd lose the field. You know, you got people's houses and everything. You know, people could lose their properties. So please don't. If you have a great idea of doing it, don't do it. So yeah, and also it affects our insurance massively. I mean, our premiums doubled this year for straw insurance because of fires we've had in the last couple of years. So yeah, but no, anyway, thanks for watching. And yeah, Matt's prompting me, please keep subscribing. As I say, we're getting way more views, maybe 3 times the amount of views on videos than what we've got subscribers. It's free to subscribe. And if you're a bit of a dinosaur with technology like myself, it's just that subscribe button at the bottom of the YouTube video. Just click it and it's free, and it'll just notify you every time we've got a new video coming out. So yeah, it'd be much appreciated, and thanks very much. Cheers.